man that can't be beat. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Jackson A crashing that crease. When he's on the ice, it's a red light feast. Orson's up high, ripping the point shot. Richards in front, tipping from the slot. The ice shakes, get out of your seat. Tyler weaving through the zone, what a feat. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Port Moody trembles with fear, Richmond hides when the Colts are near. Abbotsford turns and runs away, afraid what will happen if they stay. The Colts battle hard to defend their space as Mitchell tries to block a shot with his face. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Making saves so fine.
The Colts have returned home from south of the border and are back on the Cloverdale ice sheet to continue the regular season. Just 5 games left before the playoffs. This one up against the Vancouver T-Birds A1 team. And this will be an important game with respect to the standings and the placement heading into the playoffs. This is a team that's right up against the Colts in the standings, just ahead of them in the standings currently. And the top 5 teams in the division will get a bye in the first round. So it's important to finish near the top of the table, and this game will go a long way towards deciding which teams get those byes. The Colts will have a mostly full roster here. Lyndon Cameron, injured during the tournament, will be out of this game. Nate returns to the lineup as the backup goalie here today. Sahaj getting the start. And with that, let's get right to it and go to the first period. Start this one off with Knox trying to go up the left side on his backhand, but he skates himself into trouble. It's a turnover, and this Vancouver player walks in and gets a good shot off there, but Sahaj is ready and makes a save. A little bit later, defensive zone draw for the Colts. It gets put back to the wall. Knox is going to push this over to Nathan, and he's just going to sky that up in the air, and it's going to land down ice. And when the camera catches up to it, you're going to see Seth racing onto it, slaps it home past the sliding goaltender, and the Colts have themselves an early 1-0 lead in this game off of that speed burst from Seth to chase that dumped puck down the ice. Now we see Vancouver have the puck at center and mishandle it along the wall, and Nathan picks it up. Looks like that is definitely offside, but the refs don't call it. And then it's a 3-on-1, and Nathan elects to shoot, and he had 2 bodies alone in front that he could have maybe slid that puck across to. Here's a good battle from Mitchell to get that puck off a draw and throw it over to Mack, who came in off the face-off dot, gets a backhand shot on net, but the goalie keeps it out. Play is now back in the Colts zone. The puck's going to end up in a corner, and Mack's going to go in there and get into a big battle with that Vancouver player. They're going to push each other back and forth, and then Mack takes a chop in the midsection area of that player. Not sure exactly where it caught him, but he's going to be down injured, and Mack's going to be heading off to the penalty box. Just 2 minutes for slashing. Vancouver, with the power play, is going to get this puck along the wall, and then this player is going to be allowed to walk in from the side there. Nice save by Sahaj. West tips it out towards the point, and the point man sells out for it. Seth knocks it past him, is in alone on another breakaway, and another shot beating the goalie on the blocker side. 2 breakaways from Seth, 2 shots, 2 goals. This time a short-handed effort, and the Colts are now up by 2. Colts have now successfully killed the penalty, but they're still in their own zone defending, and this puck is going to get skipped out in front over the defender's stick. That's Nathan in front, and that player picks it up and tries to slip it by the blocker side, but Sahaj kicks it out. Here's Tyler picking up the puck from Jackson Anderson, gets it over to Arjun. He's going in, he puts it back to Jackson Anderson, who was headed backdoor, but it skips over his stick and into the corner. Here's a draw back in the Colts zone. It's going to get one back to this player, and that's going to hit Knox right in the helmet, but he does well to regain his composure and then get the puck out to the neutral zone. Here come the T-Birds trying to skate it out, and they nearly get their pocket picked there by Leo. Instead, it's through the neutral zone, and then here comes Seth, and he nearly picks the pocket as well, but instead he gets the stick in on the hands for a hooking penalty. And Seth is all over the score sheet here. 2 goals, and now a penalty here in the first period. Colts on the penalty kill continue to put a lot of pressure on the puck carriers, and they're nearly going to get another positive result out of that. As here's Leo putting pressure on the defender, and he's going to turn the puck over, pick it up, throw it towards the net. It gets blocked there, but some excellent penalty killing work on behalf of the Colts. And the penalties are going to continue to mount in this game. Off the ensuing faceoff, you see Jackson getting taken down by the centerman. That's going to be a penalty for sure on him, and there's going to be some arguments from the Vancouver players. This player's going to come in a little late and give Jackson Anderson a bump, and then he's going to try to go to the bench, but the referees are going to say that action plus the continuing talking towards the other team is going to result in you have to visit the penalty box as well. There he points towards it. So 2 penalties on the play. The original call, the interference call on number 16, and number 11 will be joining him in an additional 8 minutes as he gets a 10-minute penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. And this game will continue with heightened amounts of animosity. The Colts now on the power play, so the Thunderbirds are just trying to rag the puck a bit and kill the clock. But watch Mac over there. He's going to run into that T-Birds player. You see the referee's arm in the air. That seemed like a really dubious interference call from my eyes on Mac, considering both players seem to just skate into each other with no one initiating the contact specifically. And with a call that I'm pretty sure I've never seen in my life before, 2 players getting interference on the same play. And then on top of that, the T-Birds player gets a 10-minute misconduct penalty. So there's 2 players in the box serving 10-minute penalties at the moment. Period is now winding down. Colts having the puck in their own zone. That player is going to get knocked down there by number 7. Puck gets put up the ice, and then Arjun gets run out into the wall, and you're going to see the referee with his hand in the air, and you wonder which call he's going to make. Well, in fact, he's going to make both of them. Number 4 is going to get a head contact penalty for that play along the wall, and number 7 going to get a charging penalty for that initial hit in the Colts zone. So 5 T-Bird players in the penalty box at the same time. And the Colts will have a 5-on-3 power play here late in the period, working it around. Nathan's going to put this over to Seth, who spots Mitchell all alone in the front, and he has all the net in the world, and somehow that doesn't go in. And upon further look at it here on the replay, you're going to see Mitchell catches it and tries to shoot it after catching it rather than just tipping it into the net with a one-time shot. And we're going to go to the second period. The score still 2-0. And here's another puck that's shocking that it doesn't go in. There's the point shot from Nathan. It's going to get tipped in front by Noah. It appears to be right there anyway. And then it's going to hit Mitchell's jersey. And then it's going to ring off the crossbar and go up into the air. This T-Bird player swings wildly at it with a stick. Lucky for him, he didn't catch that Colts player with that high stick. But the puck does get cleared. We are still on that power play, though, and Seth's just behind the net. He tries to walk around in front with it, and then right in front is Mitchell again, and another miraculous save from the T-Birds goaltender. Power play is still ongoing, though, now 5-on-4. Seth's going to try to throw that out front. It gets off the heel and wide to the corner, and then gets pushed down low by Noah, and Seth's going to walk out and slide it through the goaltender's 5-hole, and you can see the hat flying from the bench. It's a natural hat trick. All 3 goals from Seth, and a 3-0 lead for the Colts after this power play goal. Colts are going to dump this puck in, and it's a very lazy retrieval there by the T-Birds player. Allows Arjun to pick it up, throws it wildly out front. No one's there, but it goes to Bryson out near the point. Throws that towards the net. Tipped on net by Tyler. It goes back behind the net. He quickly retrieves it and then bounces it in off the back of the goaltender and into the net. And the Colts are on a roll in this one. It's now 4-0. Here's an offensive zone draw that Mac wins. It gets pushed back to Knox, who wraps it around behind the net. Mitchell has it there. Slides it up front to Mac, and he heels it just wide into the corner. More penalty trouble here from the T-Birds. It's really keeping them from getting back in this game. This puck gets dumped in. They're off the offensive attack, and they're going to get wrapped up with Knox there and spin him around down to the ground. And that's going to be a hooking penalty for number 16. And so the power play goes back to work. Cheeky little move in his own end there from Tyler. And then he's going to skate the puck through the neutral zone. Try another move here to the backhand. He's going to get pushed wide. Throws it out front. The Vancouver player just softly hands it over to Jackson Mumm. And he's going to execute a quick give and a go with Tyler. Goes to front of the net. Sweeps it home past the blocker side. And the power play strikes again and grants the Colts a 5-0 lead. Jackson Mumm will be looking for more. There you see him out high, and he's going to fly the zone here as he sees that puck's going to get skied out again, and he lands up in front of him. He goes in on the breakaway. He's getting hounded from behind, tries to slide that in the backhand, and somehow that T-Birds player avoided getting their 20th penalty, or so it feels like, of the game. But speaking of penalties, this time it's going to be a Colts one as that player tries to dump it in and skate around Orson, and he sticks with him a little too long, and so that's going to be an interference penalty, which we've seen a lot of in this game. So it's going to be the Colts to the penalty kill. And we see Nathan in a puck battle down in the corner. He gets tangled up with that player, and then you see something falls off of him. Appears that is his neck guard has come loose and has fallen off. And in this game, when you lose a piece of equipment like that, especially the neck guard, you are supposed to leave the ice immediately. So he's off to do that. But while he's on his way to the bench, he chooses to participate in the play and make that shot block. And so he's going to get the very rare illegal equipment penalty for participating in the play without a neck guard on. So now it's a 5-on-3 for the T-Birds. But as you might suspect, that won't last for long as this player needlessly and strangely decides to check Knox in the back and send him flying. So our favorite call of this game, one more of them for the score sheet, an interference call, and it's now a 4-on-3 power play for the T-Birds. They work it around till they find the player here on the left point. He's got lots of time and space. He whips a shot on net, but a nice glove save and covered up by Sahaj. Now 4-on-4. Vancouver still has it. They're going to get their best chance here now that it's even. That player gets left alone all behind everybody, and he walks in, but another big save there from Sahaj. It's still 4-on-4 here, but Nathan's getting ready to step out of the box, and that's going to be relevant after we watch this Vancouver player whip that puck up high. Nobody's there, and it's going to go right to Nathan coming out of the box. He's in alone on the breakaway, takes the wrist shot, but it's swallowed up by the T-Birds goaltender. Now it's a short power play for the Colts as Bryson's going to flip that towards the inboards. The goalie swings wildly at it but misses it. Richard has it behind the net. He's going to wait until eventually Arjun's open in front. They're all alone. Whips out to him. Nice shot. It's off the leg and then it's going to go out to center. And Knox is kind of in trouble, so he has to impede the player who's trying to get loose in behind him in the neutral zone. And yet another interference penalty. Knox is off to the box and the Colts are once again on the penalty kill. And with just a handful of seconds left in the period, Nathan's going to flip it out again. And Leo's in behind the defenders when the goalie comes out of nowhere off screen to bump that puck back out to center. So we head to the third period. And in this period, the camera appears to be unmanned for a little bit because first it misses a penalty for the T-Birds that makes it 4-on-4. And then just as the Colts players are stepping out of the box to become a power play, the camera is going to remain focused at this end of the ice. And the T-Birds are going to go down to the other end and score a short-handed goal to get themselves on the board and break the shutout bid. And it's now 5-1. And it's been a minute, so we must be due for another penalty. So here's Mac chasing the puck behind the net. Comes down with a very light slash there on the arm of the defender, and then this T-Birds player is in back behind the defenders and gets away. Sahaj sticks with it and makes a nice save, and then gets lucky as this puck that gets centered out front to another player wide open gets deflected wide of the net. So Max off to the box, 2 minutes for slashing. Colts do kill that, and with just a couple minutes left here, Vancouver's going to try and get this puck out, but Mitchell's waiting there at the blue line, knocks it down with his hand, then wrists it on net, and it beats the goaltender cleanly on the blocker side. And the Colts have another one here in this game. It's 6-1. To be fair to this goalie, though, this actually isn't clean when we see it on the replay. Mitchell's wrist shot is going to hit the shaft of that defender's stick and get deflected past the goaltender on the blocker side. Play now deep in the Colts zone with just a few seconds left in this game. And one more save from Sahaj as he kicks that out past the T-Birds player. And this game is going to end 6-1. A big win for the Colts over the T-Birds. We'll have a look at the stats from this game. Of course, Seth with the first 3 goals of the game. The hat trick there to start it off. And then the goal and assist from Tyler as well. And that all put this one out of reach early for the T-Birds. We'll have a look at the overall stats now. With those 3 goals, Seth is now alone in second place on the team and just a couple goals behind Jackson Anderson. So with the season winding down, he's going to have a chance to maybe challenge for the goal scoring lead on the team. Now we'll have a look at the overly confusing PCHA standings table. You see the Colts now in 5th place with this victory, leapfrogging over the Thunderbirds, and they also have a couple games in hand. So just 4 games remaining in the regular season before we head to the playoffs. Here they are, 3 road games for the Colts, but their next game is their final regular season home game against Ridge Meadows. So we'll see you there for that one.